is Valley News Live at 4.
Marks the 5-year anniversary of the death of Fargo police officer Jason Mosier, who was killed in the line of duty responding to a domestic disturbance. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley attended today's memorial. She joins us live now with more. Bailey?
Stacy, Mayor Tim Mahoney officially declared today Jason Mosier Day in the city of Fargo, something Fargo Police Chief David Zabolski likened to divine intervention, as today also marks Giving Hearts Day. And in attendance at Mosier's memorial service today at City Hall was his heart recipient, as Officer Mosier not only gave the ultimate sacrifice, but also the gift of life through organ donation.
Because of that gift of sacrifice and service, others live today. Jason's middle name was David. His father's name is David. The recipient is David. It's Giving Heart Day. I mean, I'm sure Father Courtney would say that the Lord works in mysterious ways, but there's meaning to all of this.
Officer Mosier served 6 years with the Fargo Police Department and also served our country as a medic in Iraq and Bosnia. He was awarded the Silver Star in February 2012 for heroism and bravery after he and another officer rescued 2 children from an apartment fire. Mosier was called a hero time and time again this morning, many saying February 10th and 11th are days they will never forget. Stacy?
Bailey, thanks so much. In honor of Officer Mosier's life and sacrifice, Fargo City Hall will be illuminated in blue tonight. We'll continue to remember Officer Mosier this evening on Valley News Live at 5 and 6. Here's a look at today's top 4 at 4. A man is in jail after police say he fired a gun in a Moorhead apartment last night. Police got reports of shots fired around 10 p.m. in the 900 block of 18th Street South. They say no one was hurt. 24-year-old Dexter Fox of Moorhead was arrested for reckless discharge of a firearm. Officers are still trying to determine what led up to the shooting. Police are still asking for your help finding a 60-year-old man they say was last seen at the Dilworth Walmart. Police say Kenneth Bosby was supposed to visit a friend near St. Cloud on Tuesday, but never showed up. Authorities say his bags and phone are still at his home in Dilworth, and no one has spoken to him since Sunday. Bosby is 5'8", 180 pounds. He was possibly last seen at the Walmart in Dilworth on Sunday or Monday heading for a bus. If you've seen him or know where he could be, contact Dilworth Police at the number there on your screen, 218-287-2666. The search continues for a man who ran away from police following a chase that led to a car crash near downtown Moorhead. Deputies tried pulling over 41-year-old Burton Bonham yesterday for an outstanding warrant. He was driving along Highway 10 and took off when cops hit their lights and sirens. The chase was called off because of high speeds. He finally smashed into a cab near the downtown Hornbachers at 11th Street and Main Avenue. Then he took off on foot, and he's still on the run. Police say they know him and don't believe he's a danger to the public. The Richland County Sheriff's Office says it's investigating a house fire in Hankinson. The call for the fire came in around 9 last night to the 200 block of 1st Street Northeast. Police say no one was in the house at the time of the fire. One man was in the house, but he was able to get out safely. The cause is under investigation. Now here's a first look at our weather with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Hutch?
Simply ridiculous temperatures this morning. Many north of Highway 200 began the day with air temperatures 30 to 40 below. 40 below in Shooks, Beltrami County, northeast rather, of our neighbors up there in the Bemidji area. So a bitter cold start to the day. Here's a look at low temperatures elsewhere, and it was not balmy, although a little bit milder here in the southwest portion of the viewing area. Gwinner at 15 below, 16 below in Fargo. Here's a look at peak air temperatures today. We remain below zero, much of the valley. Friday afternoon is when most of the area fell below zero. Wind chills 30 to 40 below at this time. Wind chill warning has been extended into the FM area, into the Detroit Lakes area, into southeast North Dakota, as it's going to be a brutal night of weather. And this evening, if you're heading outdoors in Fargo, the wind tapers off a bit, but we'll be in the teens below by the time we're heading to bed tonight. We'll be approaching 20 below already in Grand Forks by bedtime. Coming up, I do have details on light at the end of the tunnel, but it's a pretty long tunnel, Stacy. We'll talk about all of that in a few minutes.
All right, Hutch, thanks so much. The city of Fargo is closing a bridge along North Broadway because part of it is leaning. The bridge is north of 35th Avenue North along Broadway. A press release says the tilt doesn't pose an immediate threat to safety, but it does require further observation for repairs. Traffic is being detoured to County Road 20 bridge along 40th Avenue North. Fargo Public School students will soon be back in the classroom full-time. Valley News Team's Brian Sherrod tells us how much longer teachers and support staff will have to wait to get the vaccine.
The state superintendent and the president of North Dakota United Staff says the waiting time could be a month before K-12 schools receive the vaccine. Now, those years 65 and older are finishing up receiving the vaccine. Individuals, regardless of age, who have health impairments are next, followed by child care workers right before those K-12 staff. Now, vaccinations will not be mandatory for teachers, support staff, and students when it's available. It's up to their own personal choice to receive them. For right now, Cass County Public Health is asking staff that is interested in the vaccine to fill out a survey. This will easily randomize the group of teachers and prioritize individuals that will work with students with a mask exemption. Once the vaccine is available, staff will then receive an email. Now, parents and staff will continue being updated about COVID-19 changes through their School Talk newsletter every week. Brian Sherrod, Valley News Live.
The CDC now says you do not need to quarantine if you've been fully vaccinated against coronavirus. In updated guidance, the CDC says fully vaccinated persons will no longer be required to quarantine following an exposure to someone with COVID-19. Fully vaccinated means that at least 2 weeks have passed since a person has received the second shot of a 2-dose vaccine or 1 dose of a single-dose vaccine. But there's a catch. They say you must also be within 3 months of that last dose because the immunity can wear off. There's a lot going on regarding COVID vaccines, and staying on top of the latest information is easy. Just download our VNL vaccine tracker. You can point your phone at the camera at the QR code there on your screen. Just tap the link that pops up. A man accused of shooting 5 people inside a Minnesota health clinic now faces charges of murder and attempted murder. Gregory Ulrich is charged with 1 count of second-degree murder and 4 counts of first-degree attempted murder. His first court appearance held via Zoom today. Investigators say he opened fire inside the Alina Clinic in Buffalo, a Minneapolis suburb, Tuesday, and detonated at least 2 explosive devices.
The victim was a mother, a wife, a daughter, a sister. She went to work and she didn't come home due to the senseless gun violence inflicted by Gregory Ulrich.
Wright County Attorney Brian Lutz believes he acted deliberately, calling his actions cowardly. As the second impeachment trial of former President Trump rolls into its 3rd day, the prosecution is still making their case that Trump incited an insurrection. Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar has been in the Senate chamber as the evidence was presented and was also among those who were rushed to safety on January 6th. Today, Klobuchar discussed how her Republican colleagues are reacting to seeing footage from the Capitol riots.
I don't understand why anyone could say this was offensive. It was just the facts. Yeah, the facts are offensive. The facts are horrific. They're hard to watch, but it is what happened. And so I do think, though, you see other Republicans that are very moved, horrified, looking down, looking upset. So who knows what they will do and where their conscience will guide us.
Klobuchar says her role as chair of the Rules Committee will be crucial in moving forward with safely reopening the Capitol building. The pandemic has turned politics upside down, literally. Congressman Tom Emmer joined a House Financial Services Committee hearing yesterday, but the Minnesota Republican had, let's call it, some technical difficulties. When he began speaking about today's economy during the pandemic, he appeared upside down on the screen. The chairwoman quickly interrupted him to ask if he was okay. After quite a while, he was able to figure out how to remove that filter and continued the rest of the hearing right side up. The wait is over for fans of athletic wear. Athleta is opening at the West Acres Mall on Tuesday. Staff says they're excited about people coming in to explore their selection of women's athleisure wear, including a plus-size line and a new children's line. To celebrate their grand opening, Athleta is gifting a $15 gift card to their first 50 customers. Today is Giving Hearts Day. It's a major 24-hour fundraiser for the hundreds of local nonprofits who rely mostly on donations. The pandemic has already significantly cut into budgets of many nonprofits, so they're counting on a big push today. You can donate online at givingheartsday.org. Our last check showed more than $15 million has been pledged so far. Coming up on Valley News Live at 4, we'll show you a 100-car pileup in Texas, as it seems no one is immune from this year's wild weather.
Our temperatures are diving into the teens below zero up north already. It's been a very cold stretch of weather that began last Friday. How long will it last? We'll have a look into the next 7 days. There is some light at the end of the tunnel. We'll talk about it right after this.